And so are the Braves at home. They've won 8 of their last 10 here at Turner Field, and they send one of their hottest pitchers to the mound tonight, Brandon Beachy. His assignment, cool off Matt Kemp and the Dodgers, who come to town winners of 9 of their last 10 games. A weekend series between old division rivals opens up on this Friday night at Turner Field. Great way to start the holiday weekend here in Atlanta. A big crowd gathering at Turner Field as we open up a weekend set of 3 games with the Los Angeles Dodgers in town tonight. All year long, Braves baseball on Peachtree TV and Fox Sports South is being presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the right stuff, and the low price. Hi again, friends. Joe and Chip back at it. Braves take 2 out of 3 from Washington, but now the Dodgers in town, and partner, they are red hot.
It's the old arch rivals from the National League West Division. The Dodgers are in town and playing their best baseball of 2011. They got off to a slow start, but their last 48 games, 29-19, getting great pitching, but their bats have really heated up too, led by Matt Kemp, who's really got a real good shot at a triple crown this year. 7 homers, 30 RBIs his last 37 games.
But who better to cool them off than a red-hot Brandon Beachy, tonight's Brave starter?
You know, it's not up to me. My phone hasn't rung, but if it were, and if the playoffs started tomorrow, I might have to say that Brandon Beachy would be the number 2 starter in the postseason behind Tim Hudson. He has been on fire. 4-0 over his last 7 starts, as you see. He's really cut down on his walks. He's really cut down on his home runs, and he can't wait to get the baseball in his hands. And tonight he goes against a team that he beat for his first Major League win back in April.
Chad Billingsley, a hard-throwing right-hander, goes for Los Angeles in Game 1. Should be a great weekend. Make your plans. Join us. We'll get to first pitch and our starting lineups from Turner Field right after this. Last 10, and here's how they set up for Game 1 this evening. Matt Kemp is a legitimate MVP candidate. He's their third-place hitter. Juan Rivera loves hitting against the Braves and in this ballpark, and Chad Billingsley is a talented young right-handed pitcher.
And on the mound, Brandon Beachy for the Braves. His 21st start of the year, his last 5 home starts at Turner Field, 3-0 with a 2.12 ERA. He's red hot too.
And his first pitch of the night finds the strike zone as he faces D. Gordon, the Dodgers' young shortstop. Another warm night at Turner Field, 92 degrees at first pitch. And Gordon behind in the count quickly, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
This guy can fly. Stole a bunch of bases at Albuquerque, 24 of them, hit .333 there. Stolen 12 at the big league level, 12 out of 14. Remember the pitcher Flash Gordon, Tom Flash Gordon? It's his son.
D, a 4th-round pick by the Dodgers back in 2008. Lives just outside of Orlando in Windermere, Florida. Has been the top Dodger prospect the last couple of years, and here he is leading off with a .241 average. Dan, nice play at second and gets Gordon by a flash. You're right, Joe. He gets down the line in real good shape, and a good play retires him for the first out.
Big smile from Ugla. And why not? And he didn't have time to mess around. Had to get to his feet quickly. Saved a hit, starting the ball game. Beachy's last start came against the Cubs, and that was 8 days ago. Beat him 8-3, 6 innings, gave up only 2 earned runs, no walks, struck out 8.
Now James Loney bats. Loney at .277 for the year. With the Dodgers playing good ball over the last 10 games, Loney's had a hand in that. He's hit safely in 10 of their last 11 games played. I guess something to look at too for Beachy. What's his command going to be like with that long delay between starts?
His first inning always is his roughest inning.
High fly toward left, but playable. 2 out.
So even though he might, and he's already got 2 up and 2 down, if he were to have a little trouble in the first or second inning, you might say, well, you know what, this is typical, par for the course in most of his starts. First inning runs, 14 of them. 14 of his 46.
What a real challenge now in Matt Kemp. There's Larry Vanover. He'll have the plate tonight. Good crew alongside him for game 1 of the series. And Kemp hits with the bases empty. Always like that when you play this man and the Dodgers.
He has really come into his own. Great physical tools, and this year he has put it together. Already with a month to go, he is a 30-30 guy, and you might say a 30-30-10 guy. 30 homers. He's actually got 31 homers, 36 stolen bases, and 10 assists from the outfield. That's not bad. Whew.
Look at his numbers, and they are, again, eye-popping. 4th in average, 2nd in homers, 3rd in RBIs, 2nd in the league in hits. 48 multi-hit games for Los Angeles. He's in the lineup every day for the Dodgers. And quite obviously, a very deserving candidate for the MVP.
130 strikeouts, that's the most on their team. He's not up there looking for walks.
Beachy strikes him out, and a high riding fastball blows him away. 3 up, 3 down for the Dodgers in the top of a scoreless first. Hey, it's ladies' night out at the ballpark tonight. And they enjoyed a scoreless top of the first as the Dodgers retired in order. Now Atlanta goes to work. Speed at the top with Bourne and Prado. Brian McCann homered here last night. Then you've got Dan Uggla, Chipper Jones, and Freddie Freeman in the middle of the attack against Chad Billingsley of the Dodgers.
Makes his 28th start. He's 10-10 with a 4.08 ERA. His last 4 starts have been a little bit of a trial for him because he hasn't had any success. Hasn't won a game since August 5th with a decent ERA. And in his career, 1-3 against Atlanta, 1-1 here at Turner Field. 27 years old, 6'1", listed at 240. And just looking there, Chip, close up of his jersey, it's 92 degrees at game time. I don't know that Chad's used to this heat. Looks like he's already soaked through his jersey. That may be something we keep an eye on as the night goes along, because he is a large guy.
He's ahead of leadoff man Michael Bourne. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Billingsley's last start came against the Rockies. He got no decision. 6 innings, gave up 10 hits, 4 runs. He walked 2, struck out 5 through a season high 123 pitches. Fastball, curveball, slider guy. He'll feature a changeup once in a while, 2, 3, 4 a game, but mostly fastball, slider, and then the curveball.
High drive into center, and Kemp is there with a sliding catch. Here's the rest of the Dodger defense. Juan Rivera and Andre Ethier flank Kemp in the outfield. Casey Blake has had an injury-plagued year, so Aaron Miles gets the start at third base. James Loney, a terrific glove man, and Rod Barajas, the battery mate of Billingsley.
Yep, Gordon and Sellers pretty much the double play combo at Albuquerque for a lot of the year.
Let's see if we can get Martin going tonight. He's averaged down to 265, 11 homers. He's knocked in 50. And 0 for his last 12. No play, even count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You can make of it what you like, but we all thought that when Michael Bourne was acquired by the Braves that he had the ideal guy in Martin Prado hitting behind him, because Martin's so good at going the other way, can take pitches, he doesn't mind hitting with 2 strikes. But the fact is that since August 1st, when the Braves got Michael Bourne, Prado's averages is .217. So it's had a definite impact on him in terms of taking pitches and maybe having him alter the way he approaches an at-bat.
Slow roller toward third, but foul.
One other note on Billingsley, too, the fact that he's sweating through his jersey and we're not even through the first inning, is that, again, 6'1", listed at 240. His numbers after the All-Star break the last 3 years, 10 and 17. So as the summer heats up, it may have take a definite toll on this guy.
Another roller toward third. This one stays fair, and Miles can't make a play. Infield hit for Martin Prado, and that starts Atlanta's offensive work tonight.
As you said, Chip, Casey Blake did not come on this trip. He's been battling a pinched nerve in his neck all year long. He's going to have surgery within the next few days. Will not play the rest of the year, so Miles is going to get most of the action at third base.
Now Prado at first for Brian McCann. Dodgers shift. D. Gordon, the shortstop, remains in place. It's Miles, the Dodger third baseman, that moves to the first base side of the second base bag.
We've seen Brian bunt on occasion in this situation, too. Brian's really working hard to get his swing back. It's been a work in progress since he came back from the disabled list. And he's just 4 for his last 32. And all 4 of those hits are homers, including one last night.
And here is the homer Brian hit in Game 3 against Washington.
Gave the Braves the lead in the first inning off Chin-Ming Wong, his 23rd. And he's just 1 shy of tying his career high.
Not even close. 3 balls, no strikes.
Scouting report, one of the reports on Billingsley, too, is that he'll go along and have a real good game going and have 1 bad inning. And that 1 bad inning costs him the game. And he can't seem to get out of it.
He had the green light.
Senator Honeycutt, Rick Honeycutt, back in his home state, pitching coach for the Dodgers.
A base on balls brings up Dan Uggla. 2 on, 1 out.
Dodgers are not accustomed to being in any trouble in the first inning. If they are, they usually don't give up any runs. The 41 runs they've allowed are the fewest in the major leagues in the first inning.
Dan's been a hot hitter of late, but has struggled against Billingsley. Let's see what gives in this first inning. 2 on, 1 out, no score. 18 pitches, only 8 strikes for Billingsley so far.
One of the things we talked about in the first half of the season, Chip, were RBI opportunities for Dan, and he struggled so mightily. A 179 average in that situation, but in the second half it's been a different story and a different Dan Uggla. Good pitch there. Got caught looking for something else.
Stays alive. The count's still 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Dodgers have won 9 out of their last 10 and 11 out of 14. And while their pitching has been spectacular, their best of the year in terms of average runs per game, their pitching has kept pace too. They've been pitching the best they have pitched all year.
That's the pitch Dan was swinging at in that first half graphic we showed you.
You're right.
But he lays off, count full. Prado at second. Brian McCann at first with 1 out. Popped up. Ethier in shallow right. He calls off Sellers and makes the play. 4 out, number 2.
Andre Ethier's been battling a very sore knee that has drawn a lot of publicity out in LA because he's been talking about how he's still trying to play with it, sometimes in the lineup even when maybe he shouldn't be. Was able to get to that one and call off the rookie that was just called up, and it looks like Andre's still hurting a little bit. Yep.
But a big second out for Billingsley. Now Chipper bats.
There's just a different even look about Chipper around the batting cage in the clubhouse. He's healthy, he feels good, and there's an air of confidence around him that you haven't seen in quite a while.
High fly ball to center, and Kemp drifts over and makes the play and retires the side. Braves put 2 runners on, but unable to score in the first inning. Beachy and Billingsley. No score.
He knew exactly how to implement that free boa she got tonight. And no, Larry's not here. We go to the second.
I like it. Earlier today, the ladies participating in Girls Night Out took part in a pregame party. A fashion show was hosted by Tim Hudson's lovely wife, Kim. And a portion of the proceeds from each Girls Night Out ticket will be donated to the Hudson Family Foundation.
Can't believe they don't have them all on this pleasant 92-degree night.
Juan Rivera pops one up over the Braves dugout and into the seats, and an even count. This guy's been a nice pickup for the Dodgers. Big right-handed bat.
He's had a good year. 9 homers, 52 RBIs, gives them a little bit of protection for Matt Kemp. The numbers I gave you were total season numbers.
Rivera caught looking, and he looks back at Larry Vanover in disbelief. Beachy's second strikeout in a row tonight.
What's the complaint here? I mean, that was right down the middle. That's an odd one. I'm sure Larry's the same way, Larry Vanover.
Maybe Juan's saying it sounded like a ball, because it sure looked like a strike, and it was called for the first out. Here's Ethier. Home runs for Ethier. Only 3 of those have come away from Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? I mean, Dodger Stadium never known to be a home run haven by any means, but you'd think he'd really enjoy getting away from there and hit more homers.
And he pauses for a moment, makes sure that that pitch was off the plate. It was. And that's the first Dodger base runner. Ethier walks with 1 out. Here's Miles. Brandon's popping the glove tonight, isn't he?
That 96 fastball he threw to Matt Kemp to strike him out in the first inning may have been the hardest pitch he's thrown all year.
Then an 83-mile-an-hour breaking ball has Aaron down, no balls, 2 strikes. First time Miles has faced Beachy in the major leagues. And he'll see another pitch.
Aaron's bounced around a little bit. Started his big league career with the White Sox. Spent some time with the Rockies, Cardinals, the Cubs. Back with the Cardinals last year. .282 career hitter.
Lines to second. And Ethier fell down and is doubled up easily to retire the side. Wonder if that knee collapsed on Ethier. If it did, the Braves happy to take advantage. A line drive double play sends it to the bottom of the second with no score. Andre Ethier doubled up for the Dodgers. At the top of the second, now Freddie Freeman to work for the Braves. Atlanta tonight playing a National League Western Division foe. That often means good news coming up for Freddie Freeman at the plate.
I was teasing him before the game. I said, remember, this broadcast is going to go out west tonight. He said, well, my dad watches every game. He's got the Major League package. And I said, well, that's good. But he'll make sure he wants to watch tonight, since he's part of our SunTrust solid performers, and against the NL West he's tearing it up. And of his 18 homers against the West.
And he lines one into left center field for a base hit. Good start to the Braves' second inning.
Braves really made Billingsley work in the first inning through a lot of pitches. And they're off to a good start here in the second.
Jason Hayward had a good night last night. Hit the ball all over the field. Let's see what he does here with a man aboard and nobody out. But as hot as Freddie has been against the West, Jason has been very cold against Los Angeles.
Yeah, and a lot of strikeouts. But right now, none of that matters. The way he's swinging the bat after last night and a sacrifice fly on an 0-2 count a couple of days ago, all real good signs that he's beginning to put some swings together, put some at-bats together in a game. Larry Parrish was talking about it before the game today, about how he's doing a good job working on batting practice, had a good round of BP today.
1-2.
Billingsley's one of those guys that's never given up a lot of home runs. He's allowed 12 this year, but he's got good sinking action on his fastball, hard to elevate it. And like on that pitch that you just saw, if you try to pull him or think you can pull him, you're doing right exactly what he wants you to do. You'll get a lot of ground ball outs. Slow breaking ball there that Jason just golfed off the ground to stay alive.
Breaking ball gets Hayward. First strikeout for Billingsley. 1 on, 1 out now for shortstop Alex Gonzalez.
Pretty much the same pitch as the one before that he pulled foul. You can see Barajas signaling to Billingsley, keep it down. He not even be afraid to bounce it up there.
Barajas kept it in front. Freeman will move up 90 feet.
Again, this is not something you really can teach. It's an instinct that you can react to as soon as you see that ball bouncing. Bounce off yourself as a base runner and try to take advantage of a ball in the dirt, which Freddie did.
Fifth wild pitch thrown by Billingsley this year. Now Freeman at second and a 1-0 count.
One other note on Billingsley and his home runs. He's only given up 37 homers in the last 3 seasons. And Bronson Arroyo of the Reds has given up 36 this year.
A little low.
And I think the application of a scouting report on this guy was very evident in the first inning, where it was obvious the Braves were trying to make him early in the count get the ball up.
Not a lot of chasing, that's for sure. Another 3-ball count. And now ball 4. 2 on, 1 out. Beachy in the batter's box. Second walk for Billingsley. Brandon 2 for 35 this year at the plate. He does have 4 sacrifices. Let's see how the Braves play it here in the second. Beachy with a beautiful bunt. Second and third, 2 outs, and Michael Bourne, the hitter.
Good job by Brandon. The pitchers were out early today, bunting against the pitching machine, working on it. That practice always pays off.
Bourne hit the ball hard, but lined out to Kemp.
Corners are in, pressure on the defense, got to make a play on a fast runner.
And Billingsley gets ahead.
He's had some good luck this inning with that off-speed curveball to Hayward and now to Bourne.
Line drive left field. That gets down for a hit. 1 run scores. Michael Bourne delivers a 2-out hit. Alex Gonzalez held at third. Freddie Freeman scores the game's first run.
Came on an 0-2 pitch and tried something off speed again. Tried to come right back to the well, but once too often. And it wasn't as good a pitch. And Michael obviously trying to go the other way, willing to give up the inside part of the plate with a nice swing the other way. 44 RBIs for him.
Braves scored 5 runs last night. 3 of those 5 came with 2 outs. Their first tonight comes in that situation. And it sets it up for Prado. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Barajas throws wide of second, and Bourne steals his 48th base.
That was very nearly another run were it not for the good play by Sellers, who handled a nice, tough short hop with some nice glove work there to keep that ball from going into center field.
Now a hit could score 2 runs.
A lot of breaking balls.
You mentioned 123 pitches in his last start, a season high. And 20 pitches this inning, 46 for the game. And the Braves just not biting at that ball down and below the strike zone tonight.
And they don't have to. If he doesn't throw strike 1 and get ahead of him in the count, there's no real reason for them to be anxious.
Now it's 3-2. Gordon drops it, and a run is in. The baseball and Bourne got to short at the same time, and an E6 gives Atlanta a 2-run lead.
Boy, that helps, and I think you're right, Chip. I think Bourne running right in front of him may have distracted him a little bit, because he did not play that hop correctly and got handcuffed. Picked his glove up instead of leaving it down, and that was the difference. Boy, that Foxborough replay, a beauty there to show you exactly what happened.
Chance for a big inning for the Braves. They lead 2-0 now.
And even with runners at first and third, they're going to employ the shift, but this time they'll leave Miles over to play on the left side.
A rare first pitch strike.
and one of his better fastballs tonight at 92. Another thing about this game for the Dodgers, this is their third game in 3 days in 3 different cities. They played Wednesday afternoon in LA, flew to Pittsburgh and played a makeup game there yesterday afternoon, flew here last night.
Hanging breaking ball, smacked into center. That'll drop for a hit. Bourne scores. It's 3-0.
Doesn't that always seem to happen, though? If a guy makes an error with 2 out that allows 1 run to score, there's going to be something come along right behind it. Boy, he's lucky that one just got popped into shallow center. That was up in Brian's eyes.
And so the first visit of the night for Rick Honeycutt as Dan Uggla digs in. He's the 8th batter for the Braves in the inning. And on a hot, muggy night, Billingsley, who already had sweated through his jersey top before his first pitch in regulation, really in a lather at 52 pitches and not out of this second inning.
Little something to work with for Brandon Beachy.
Don't forget his sacrifice bunt helped set up this inning.
Sure did. Again, falling behind the hitters, especially in the middle of the order. He's either going to have to pitch backwards here and try to get that breaking ball over in hitters' counts, or he's going to have to deliver something that's a little better for Dan to hit.
Fly ball center. And that retires the side. The Braves had a little bit of everything working offensively in the second. They scored 3 times. Freddie Freeman got it started with a base hit. Michael Bourne with a 2-out safety. And don't forget the D. Gordon error at short. And Ryan McCann's blooper to center. Caps the inning. Braves lead 3-0 after 2. Good start for the Braves, who are 58-13 in games in which they score first this year.
About a 20-minute gap for Brandon Beachy between pitches after the line-out double play, and then the Braves' good second inning.
So the lower third coming up for Los Angeles. That starts with their catcher, Ron Barajas. This guy had a great August. Hit 6 home runs, drove in 19 men.
When you lead your team in those categories, and Matt Kemp is your teammate, you've had a good month. Good change up. Most of the time that changeup is like his 4th pitch, but on some nights it's like number 2. Some nights it's so effective he uses it more and has a good release point on it.
And then he comes back with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball at the knuckles.
He's throwing hard tonight.
Two and two to Ron Barajas.
No, he didn't.
Outside corner. Third strikeout for Beachy. We've seen a lot of those from Brandon this year.
And that's the subject of our Sunshine House leaderboard. Strikeouts per 9 innings with a minimum of 100 innings pitched. Zach Greinke at 10.8 for Milwaukee, and then it's Beachy and Hansen, numbers 2 and 3. Clayton Kershaw, who will pitch here Sunday, is 4th. And Corey Lubke, who we saw out in San Diego and liked so much, he's having a good year pitching for San Diego. Has a losing record, but an ERA right at 3.
Our first look at Justin Sellers, the Dodger second baseman.
He had a good year at Albuquerque for the Isotopes. Hit .304, 14 homers.
That's a great minor league team nickname, isn't it?
It is.
Dan Uggla handles that chance with ease at second. And 2 quick outs in the Dodger third. Delta Airlines, a proud sponsor of the Atlanta Braves. The season indeed flying right on by. Braves at 81-55. At the start of tonight's play, 7.5 games behind the Phillies. In the divisional race, Braves with a big lead over the Cardinals now. St. Louis, the team directly behind Atlanta in the wild card chase. They're 8.5 behind Atlanta.
Chad Billingsley, a pretty good hitter. 8 hits this year, 3 doubles and a homer. Brandon Beachy is working quickly and efficiently, and Billingsley may have taken a pitch or two just to try to delay having to go back out and pitch again.
Can't blame him. The Braves have made him work hard after 2 innings. And Beachy has another strikeout. This one called over the outside corner. 4 strikeouts through 3 innings for Beachy. Chipper Jones ready to lead off the Atlanta third. Braves up 3-0.
Know-how question of the game it is, how does anyone ever live with Joe Vincius? But we'll ask Betsy that another time. From Susan Williams of Florence, Alabama, with all the recent transactions the Braves have made, who will be postseason eligible? And it's a little bit complicated, Susan. And I'll start telling you about it as soon as this pitch is thrown to Chipper.
He just missed his first time up. He flied out to center.
But suffice to say that anybody that's in the Braves organization as of August 31st is eligible for the postseason roster. They don't have to be in the big leagues. They don't have to be on the big league roster.
Fly ball foul by Chipper.
So, and in essence, right now the Braves have a 25-man roster. Well, 27 with the 2 call-ups yesterday. They got 5 guys. Now 4 on the disabled list, so that's an extra 4 guys that they had available to them on August 31st.
Right.
But it could be anybody that's an A ball or double A. Anybody in the organization on that date is eligible for the postseason roster.
Which I didn't know. I thought it had to be somebody either with the club in September or on the 40-man roster, not just in the organization.
And the Braves did make a roster move today with Jack Wilson coming off the disabled list, and Julio Lugo was released. Jack had been on the disabled list with a sore heel.
Leadoff walk for Chipper. That's 3 walks for Billingsley already tonight. See if the Braves can make him pay. Already leading 3-0. High fly left center, tailing away from Kemp. He won't get it. It's off the fence. Chipper all the way to third. Freeman doubles. He continues to punish the West. Second and third, nobody out.
That ball almost got out of here. There's no wind, no prevailing wind tonight. And that ball really jumped to deep center. Fastball right down the middle, and he didn't miss it. And already a two-hit night for Freddie.
And he's gone the other way both times. Here's Hayward. Jason struck out his first time. He puts one in play. A top spin rocket to second that will score Chipper. Good at bat for Hayward. He makes it out, but he picks up an RBI and moves Freeman to third base. It's 4-0.
That's a good fundamental at bat. You know what that is? That's a playoff at bat right there. When you're trying to add to a lead, or you're just trying to get on the board in the postseason, and you get a situation like that, instead of trying to do too much, just hit the ball hard with the infield back, put it in play. They're conceding the run, and that's what he did.
Now the infield creeps in for the Dodgers. Runner at third, one out. Braves 4, Los Angeles nothing. Talk about playoff at bats and playoff run scoring opportunities. You've got to cash in situations like the one Hayward had and the one Alex has right here. And he drives one down the left field line. That's an extra base hit. Alex Gonzalez doubles. It's 5-0.
This is great to see, because this is something the Braves have not done well this year. And that's getting that guy in from third with less than 2 outs. And they've done it on back-to-back at bats right here. Slider didn't do much. Alex all over it. Had a key sac fly last night to drive in an insurance run.
Now Beachy gets in on the fun. He singles up the middle. Alex around third. Kemp loads up. Throw is in time. No call, and then a late call, and now Freddie Gonzalez will come out and argue.
I thought Larry was waiting because he didn't think Alex had touched home plate. But maybe he was just waiting for Barajas to show him the baseball. If Alex goes straight in to the plate with, feet first, he scores easily. But he thought he was going to have to go around, and he didn't. Watch this. If he goes in feet first, he beats the tag. This is commonly referred to as a 93-foot slide, because by the time your hand gets to the plate, your feet are already 3 feet by. I'm not sure he ever touched home plate.
Well, I think you're exactly right. His hand never did touch the plate, because that's how Barajas tagged him. The glove got down right in front of the plate, and it hit Alex's hand and brushed it to the side to the Dodger catcher. And another outfield assist for Kemp. Keeps the game 5-0. That was his 11th assist from center field this year. Quickly 0-2 to Michael Bourne, who's up for the third time already tonight. And he fights one off to stay alive.
Freddie Gonzalez leaning against the cage today during batting practice. He said, "Can we just get a crooked number tonight?" Your wish is granted.
3 in the second, 2 so far here in the third. Braves owe the Dodgers a little payback. Los Angeles was a very rude host when we were out there in the early weeks of the season. Braves dropped 3 out of 4 at Dodger Stadium, but have built a big lead early in Game 1 at home tonight.
Well, the Braves, because of the good pitching and the outstanding bullpen, when they get a lead of at least 3 runs, they've won 63 of their last 65 games when that happens. That's pretty solid.
Billingsley tonight just has not been able to finish off many, if any, of these Braves hitters. He's now thrown 73 pitches in this game. He's walked 3 men. He's allowed 7 hits and 5 runs. He finished off Bourne that time, however. That's his second strikeout. But the Braves add to their lead. 2 more runs come across in inning number 3. And Atlanta leads 5-0. Nothing after 3 in Game 1 of our series with the Dodgers. And all year long, Braves baseball on Peachtree TV and Fox Sports South is being presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the right stuff and the low price. With my fine partner Joe Simpson and the rest of our great crew here at Turner Field, Chip Carey at the ballpark. Good crowd tonight for Friday night fireworks and the start of the Labor Day festivities. Hope you'll spend time with friends and family this weekend. Stay safe. Lots of baseball left this weekend. If you haven't made your plans, we hope you'll join us both tomorrow night and Sunday afternoon for the homestand wrap-up with Los Angeles.
2 good young pitchers tomorrow night. Mike Minor against Nathan Eovaldi, a rookie for the Dodgers who's got a big arm. And then Sunday, Randall Delgado makes his 3rd start for the Braves, taking the spot of Jair Jurgens against Clayton Kershaw, who's 17-5.
And the reason Delgado's taking Jurgens' spot, still feeling discomfort in his knee. Jurgens scheduled to be in Vail, Colorado to visit the knee doctor. Dr. Stedman, I believe, is the gentleman's name.
Yep.
We hope to have an announcement on what's ailing Jurgens' knee by the end of this series with the Dodgers.
Well, you heard Frank Wren, if you were with us last night, talking about Jair's side session yesterday where he was trying to pitch with a knee brace and it was not helping.
D. Gordon singles to lead off the Dodger fourth inning. That's the first Dodger hit of the game. So we'll see if Don Mattingly forces the tempo with his club down 5 runs on the road. A fast runner at first with James Loney coming up.
Good practice for the Braves right here on trying to curtail the running game. Try to hold a speedster close with nobody out. If he does run, give McCann a chance to throw him out.
He's got a big lead at first. And Loney takes strike 2.
Talked about Davey Lopes when he was the first base coach for the Phillies, and when he was with Philadelphia, the Phillies ranked first in the National League in stolen base percentage every season. He's now back in a Dodger uniform, and they're 3rd best this year in the National League, and their best percentage since 1962 in the days of Maury Wills. They were at 65% last year. Guy is a stolen base guru, and D. Gordon and Matt Kemp couldn't have a better mentor than Lopes, a guy who stole 47 bases in 1985 with the Cubs when he was 40 years old.
Well, hey, folks, the game is moving in that direction again, where speed is important. There's room in the game for the little guy with some speed. That's why guys like Michael Bourne and Jose Constanza, D. Gordon are so important to an offense. 2-strike pitch. Runner goes. Good jump. Pitch a ball. The throw to second. Not in time. And Alex got just enough to keep that on the infield dirt. And it's Gordon's 13th stolen base.
They did just about everything they could. I mean, they threw over there, held the ball a little longer. Even a good throw on the bag, I don't think would have gotten it. He just outran everybody.
Good stop. That saved a base, perhaps. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that wasn't an easy one either. It looked like it bounced in front of the plate. Way in front of the plate.
Loney doesn't have a lot of power. As a corner infielder, his career high in the big leagues is 15 home runs. He's sitting on 9 this year. He's really a gap-to-gap guy. A lot of doubles for the Dodgers. He's knocked in 48 runs. And coaxes a walk. First and second, nobody out. Second time through the order. A little more problematic for Beachy, and now you have to face Kemp with 2 men on in a 5-run Braves game. Here's the AT&T Uverse TV trivia question. Matt Kemp's 3rd in the league with 102 RBIs. Named the last Dodger to lead the National League in runs batted in. I'm going to guess Joe Simpson.
How about Gary Sheffield or Mike Piazza? Raul Mondesi.
Those are all good guesses.
Better than yours.
It's the first one that came to mind, though, pal. Here's Kemp. Strike one. All right, if you had a vote today, is this guy your MVP in the league?
Today, probably not. But I'm not voting today. He's too close to the Triple Crown.
And he's hit by a pitch, riding up and in. That will load the bases with nobody out.
See if it got the bat or his hand. I got knob. It may have pinched his hand a little bit. May have gotten a little of both.
Here's Rivera now. Bases full of Dodgers and nobody out. Rivera took a called third strike. That was over the outside corner. And now he lines a shot into center. That'll score Gordon. Loney around third. He will come home and score. And it's now a 5-2 Braves game and still nobody out. Rivera continues his good work against Braves pitching.
And again, he's not in double digits in homers, but he's been very productive. Of course, he's had Matt Kemp on base all year long in front of him. Nice short swing on a pitch in on him. He took an inside-out swing, kind of sliced that to center, and got the Dodgers right back in this.
And a dangerous Andre Ethier in the batter's box. Ethier walked his first time up. Braves fans justifiably excited this year about Dan Uggla's 33-game hitting streak. Don't forget, Andre Ethier had a 30-gamer early this year. April 2nd to May 6th. And he drives one toward left. That's the first out. Double play still in order. Ethier flies to Prado. Billingsley pondering his fate on the Dodger bench as Miles bats for the second time. He lined into a double play that ended the Dodgers' second.
Keep an eye on Kemp. Don't let him get a walking lead. He almost had a trotting lead as Beachy was delivering that one to the plate. .36 stolen bases for him. And he's 4 out of 8, stealing third base.
Back to the mound. Beachy to second one. On to first, the double play. Miles doubled up for the second time tonight. And Brandon limits the damage to 2 Dodger runs in the fourth. 5-2 Atlanta. Martin Prado ready to lead things off. Fourth inning, our Academy Sports and Outdoors game summary.
Brandon didn't have a hit on his ledger until the fourth inning. But Freddie Freeman doing more damage against the Western Division. Michael Bourne an RBI and a stolen base. And Rivera accounting for the 2 runs for LA.
1, 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Let's see if the Braves can get those runs right back.
Pitch number 75 already for Billingsley.
One ball, one strike. Lined into this big crowd, and what a catch!
Two more fastballs this inning from Billingsley. You're right. This is a big crowd tonight. Good to see everybody here.
Big sports weekend in Atlanta. Congrats to Georgia Tech. They were big winners last night. Bulldogs play Boise State at the Dome tomorrow. Fireworks tonight after the game. And the Braves trying to win their 82nd overall in Game 1 of this series.
Another full count.
Martin Prado serves one into right field. Third time he's reached tonight. That's his second hit.
That's kind of like D. Gordon's base hit to start the fourth inning. D. Gordon was behind the count. He just kind of stuck his bat out there, hoping he could put the ball in play and use his speed. Well, Martin got a pitch that was borderline. He was too close to take, where it might have been strike three, so he just stuck his bat out there. And Magic wanded that one into right field.
Third time in 4 innings the Braves have put the leadoff man on, and it might send Rick Honeycutt to the bullpen phone.
Nobody up in their pen right now, but that might be about to change.
Ryan did think about the bunt with the shift on for the Dodgers.
He's thinking about a double. If that one had stayed fair, he might have gotten a double out of it.
Yeah, D. Gordon had a long way to go at shortstop, and Juan Rivera's playing in Alpharetta in left. Brian could have run forever, but no such luck.
Hong-Chi Kuo, left-hander, begins to loosen up for L.A.
That bottom line is a little encouraging.
Well, depending on whose it belongs to, if it's not yours, yeah.
Well, I mean, from the Braves' perspective,
yeah.
That's great.
He's not too fired up about it.
No. Brian chased a high fastball and is struck out. Registered today for the 2011 Braves postseason pre-sale event. Braves postseason tickets go on sale Monday, September 12th. But you can be one of the first to secure tickets to all 2011 Braves postseason home games just by registering online at braves.com/postseason.
He's trying to add another banner.
Here's a question. Looks like they've run out of space for banners up there.
Oh, no. There's plenty of room. Just squeeze them over. See, there's space in between. Just scooch all of them over a little to the left. That, or you can start another row,
right,
like up there above the 755 club, right below the out-of-town scoreboard. There's a good place for it.
Yeah,
right up there.
Snap throw back to first is off target. Well, whatever happens, it'll be a very nice problem to have. We've got all those banners on the facade in left, then down the left field line up above the second deck, all those Braves retired numbers, and there's going to be some crowded space up there in the few short years ahead. Toward third, Miles fires a bullet to second, and the Dodgers turn a nice around the horn double play to send this game to the 5th inning. 5-2, Atlanta leads it. Dodgers order coming up. He's trying to win his 8th game of the year. His first big league victory came against these Los Angeles Dodgers back on April 19th out west at Dodger Stadium. Be a nifty way for him to celebrate his 25th birthday, which is tomorrow. He's got Rod Barajas to start things off. Barajas struck out. That led off the Dodger 3rd inning. Brandon quickly ahead, strike one. Strike two. Also want to wish a happy birthday to our video engineer, Victor Wilder. He's 29 today. To be 29 again, right, Joe?
A couple more years. I'll be there. Freddie Freeman's got a birthday coming up in 10 days, too.
Barajas down on strikes for the second time. One away in the 5th.
That's a better start to his inning than last inning.
Here's Sellers. Sellers out of Bellflower, California. Came over in a deal with Chicago, the Cubs. It was a cash transaction. Cubs felt they were pretty well stacked up in the middle infield with Darwin Barney and Starlin Castro. So Sellers a chance to play for Los Angeles.
Sellers, Fontenot, Terrio, all Cubs. All traded.
And 1-2. Sellers 5'10", 155 pounds. Ooh, Beachy thought he got the corner. Get the call. It's 2-2.
That was a good pitch. Maybe just a little bit off. Second half ERAs for the Braves starting pitchers has kind of flip-flopped from when it was early in the year. Tim Hudson now at the top of the list. His post All-Star break ERA at 2.20. Brandon Beachy is second. That was coming into play tonight. And then Lowe, Jurgens, and Hansen.
Another strikeout. That's 6.
A lot of called third strikes tonight, too. That's 4.
And Billingsley up for the Dodgers with the bases empty. You see the name Tommy Hansen on that list. There was some good news at the ballpark today. Good to see Tommy playing catch. Doesn't sound like much, but when a man has a shoulder problem, it's an encouraging sign.
That was step number 1. Play some catch off flat ground, which he did today. Then he will extend it a little bit, continue his work in the weight room to strengthen the muscles. Start working off the mound a little bit after that, and then hopefully be ready to either pitch in a simulated game or against live batting practice.
Beachy just struck out the side. He's got 7 strikeouts in this game. He has qualified for the win, but he's not there yet. 5-2 Atlanta.
Homers, the Braves, the Red Sox, and the Yankees. That's very impressive and provides you a little depth up and down the lineup with some power. And while the Braves have certainly improved the speed on the team, the home runs still continue to come.
Braves scored 20 runs coming in their last 20 runs. Most of them have been by the homer. And no homers tonight, 5 runs across for the Atlanta club. So yeah, balanced attack. Made the most of their chances against Billingsley. Game 1 this evening. A lot of 2-out run scoring plays the last couple of nights. Leadoff man has been on a lot tonight. A lot of good signs. And another shot from Chipper Jones. Ethier corrals that in right. Chipper has a hit.
He was upset after last night's game. He was very happy with the home run, of course, in the second inning. But then he said, I gave away 3 at-bats after that, and he was angry about it. Put some top hand on that swing to help get the big end of the ball.
And that might be the last pitch of the game for Billingsley. Don Mattingly, with Chipper Jones aboard here in the 5th inning with nobody out, made the signal a step or 2 out of the Dodger dugout. And after a season-high number of pitches for Billingsley last time out, he gives just 90 in this series opener tonight.
Academy Sports and Outdoors, and by Georgia Power. Beautiful night in Atlanta. The Braves enjoy a 5-2 lead here in the fifth. They've chased Chad Billingsley. 9 hits through 4+ innings, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. 4 leadoff men in 5 innings reached against the Dodger right-hander as he now gives way to veteran left-hander Hong-Chi Kuo.
And the 10.61 ERA is quite a flip from last year. He set a Dodger record, actually. He was on the All-Star team, and for a minimum of 50 games, it was the Dodgers' single-season record for lowest ERA at 1.20. Now this year, he's been on the disabled list twice. Once from May 10th, or excuse me, first from April 14th to May 1st with left lower back strain, and then May 10th to June 19th for an anxiety disorder. So it's been a lost year for him, and he's from the same hometown as last night's starting pitcher Jin-Ming Wong, Tainan City, Taiwan.
Kuo's a big guy, 6'2", 241 pounds, as listed in the Dodger Media Guide.
To not have him pitch to those standards has really hurt their bullpen from what he did last year. 60 innings last year, only 18 walks against 73 strikeouts.
That was a nasty pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Since August 12th, the Dodgers starters have allowed a 2.40 ERA. Billingsley allowed 5 runs through 4+. Chipper Jones at first, his responsibility. And a high fly toward Rivera in left. And Juan's got it. 1 out.
This guy signed and worked his way up through their organization, signed in 2000. But after he got to the big leagues, it's been a real problem for him staying healthy. He's on the disabled list for 2 months in 2007 with a rotator cuff issue. From June 30th of 07 to the end of the year, left elbow inflammation, left elbow strain in 09, sore left elbow last year, back and anxiety issues this year.
Bouncing ball towards second. And the Dodgers turn 2, and that retires Atlanta in the 5th inning. Second double play in as many frames for the Dodger defense. And we head to the 6th inning.
The broadcast tonight, Homer the Brave hard at work on our center field camera tonight.
Homer needs some glasses too, by the way. Yeah, thanks, Steve. Steve Angel trying to help him out because his focus is a little off. I think he's just showing the North Star at the moment. Help him out, Steve.
There we go, Steve.
Yeah, the game's down there, Homer. Steve could help him with his dance moves a little bit there too. All right, back to what you do best, Homer.
The Ansel Adams of mascots back at work as Dee Gordon leads things off. And a foul ball past third. 0-2.
Trouble is you let Homer do things like that, you know, out of the kindness of your heart like Steve did, and Homer gets a big head.
You did your best, Steve. And way upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Little pop. Alex just out of his reach.
This kid, Dee Gordon, has been taught not to do anything that might resemble a home run swing. You just make contact. Put it on the ground somewhere, flip it somewhere, put it in play, and there's a chance it might find a hole, and he's done that twice tonight. You mentioned Sellers being 155 pounds. Dee Gordon's listed at 5'11", 150, and I might need to see the scales on that one.
Ball 1 to James Loney, the Dodger first baseman. LA ran down 5-0. Let's see if they think about it, down 5-2. They do run. The pitch, a fastball high. The throw to second. Not in time on the back pocket. Second of the night for Gordon. 14th for the season.
Good delivery. Good pitch to throw on. Good throw by McCann. And still couldn't get him. Everything was done correctly. Ooh.
Loney drives one left center. Michael Bourne is there. What a catch.
He's a difference maker, folks. Both at the plate and on the bases and out there. Gold Glove winner. Great catch. He may have knocked the wind out of him the way he hopped up and was kind of grabbing at his side. Let's take a look at that throw down to second base by Brian McCann again. He is out. So everything was perfect. Tough play for second base umpire Tony Randazzo to see where the hand actually hit the bag from his position.
Kemp in the box. He struck out swinging in the first on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. It was also hit by a pitch that loaded the bases for Los Angeles in the fourth. You want to get Kemp because you don't want to face our Delta Airlines on deck batter, Juan Rivera, with 2 runners on. He kills the Braves in this ballpark.
Talked about Matt Kemp and his rankings in batting average, home runs, and RBIs, the Triple Crown categories. The last National League player to win the Triple Crown was Ducky Medwick. Joe Medwick did it in 1937 for the St. Louis Cardinals. The last Triple Crown winner in baseball was Carl Yastrzemski for the Red Sox, and that was back in 1967. Might need to look it up. Seems to me that Carl Yastrzemski that year hit like 301 to win the batting title too. It's a real low number. There are the ranks. 4th in average, tied for 2nd in homers, 3rd in RBIs. He has a legitimate chance at the Triple Crown.
And he comes in 14 points behind Jose Reyes for the batting title lead. 3 homers behind Albert Pujols of the Cardinals, and 2 RBIs behind Ryan Howard.
They have division games left with everybody in the West, plus 4 coming up on the road at Washington and 3 at home with the Pirates. When Yastrzemski won the Triple Crown in '67, he actually hit 326, and then in '68 he won the batting title with a batting average of 301, which led to some alterations in the pitching mound.
Well, Mr. Gibson was 1.12 for the Cardinals. Danny McClain, I think, won 31 games that year for the Tigers. You're right, the mound got lowered. Out of play by Kemp. Another homegrown Dodger, 6th round pick in 2003. You look at the core of this Dodger club and all their young players, a lot of that work was done when Dan Evans was their general manager. Billingsley, Broxton, A.J. Ellis, James Loney, Kemp, all drafted when Dan Evans was the general manager from 2001 to 2004.
Pitching him carefully, and after being ahead 0-2 and trying not to do anything to give in, they've run it full. Struck him out in the 1st inning with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
Kemp walks with 1 out.
He never came close on any of those breaking balls. Bounced them all up there.
So if you pitch carefully to Kemp and you lose him, you now have to face Rivera, who represents the game-tying run, and that'll bring out Roger McDowell as Beachy has 1 out in the 6th.
Braves bullpen is getting busy, and tonight Freddie Gonzalez said beforehand that Johnny Venners is not available. He's not going to use him tonight. So Johnny came up to him during batting practice. No, I'm good to go. And Freddie said, no, not tonight. So there'll be some adjustments into what order some guys might be in the game tonight. And that's Christian Martinez, who's the first up tonight. In fact, he would like, if he has his druthers, Freddie Gonzalez tonight would like to use Eric O'Flaherty to close the game.
give Kimbrel a night off too.
Beachy could use a ground ball here. Rivera knocked home 2 runs with a 4th inning single.
Little inside out swing on a fastball. And that got home Gordon and Loney.
As we showed you, Juan loves hitting in this ballpark. He's 20 for 50 at the plate all time against Braves pitching.
They got him from the Blue Jays.
Base hit to left. Gordon around third will score. And the Dodgers trim the lead to 5-3. A 3 RBI night for the Dodger left fielder.
Understand why he's batting in the cleanup spot, even though he's only hit 9 home runs. He has been some kind of good clutch hitter for them. Kind of fought that one off too, up and in. Nice when you can get a kind of a lazy base hit to left field and know you're still going to get an RBI with a guy like Gordon running.
Now Ethier bats. He's walked and flied out. And he takes ball 1. Kemp's going to try for third. The throw, not in time. And now heading to second is Rivera, as Chipper on his back. Late getting up. The throw looked like it beat Kemp by a mile, and Brian McCann can't believe he didn't earn the call.
Well, remember, we showed you a replay where it showed that he threw D. Gordon out at second base. Chipper took a shoulder to that left knee too. He showed Chipper the right arm, took it to the side of the bag, and then the tag went to the shoulder. I don't know if the hand got to the bag before the tag got to the shoulder or not.
So 4 stolen bases for the Dodgers in this game.
Pulled the hand back and then put it back down there. Sorry about that.
Two and two. Popped up. Chipper in foul ground's going to have a play. That helps. Ethier has stranded a small village tonight. And 2 outs for Miles. Miles has been doubled up twice tonight.
Fourth in the 6th inning with the top of their order has really cranked up the pitch count for Beachy too. He's at 92. but being given an opportunity here by his manager to try to pitch his way out of a jam. The Dodgers have been hot lately. We've told you they're averaging over 6 runs a game over their last 14 ball games. But for the season, they're 14th out of 16 teams hitting with runners in scoring position and 2 out. But they got off to a horrible start.
Their team batting average in that situation, .202. The count here, 1-2 to Aaron Miles.
Beachy's spot due up second in the bottom of the 6th inning. And even though you've got an extra body out there in the bullpen and an extra arm in Barbaro, it's like Freddie is also thinking about the bottom of the inning and using a pinch hitter then if he can get Miles.
High fly to left. Martine's got it. And Beachy gets out of the 6th inning with only 1 run across. We head to the bottom half of the inning. Atlanta 5, Dodgers now 3. Sixth inning, 98 pitches for Brandon Beachy. He has qualified for the win, but this game getting a little tighter now, 5-3.
But he's the subject of our Zaxby's indescribably good plays because he's made some good pitches when he needed to tonight. Strikeout early on Kemp, got a double play line drive. Got this ground ball comebacker from Aaron Miles that he turned into a double play. And he's pitched out of some trouble here in the top of the 6th inning with a pop up and a fly out and limited the damage to just 1 run. And we'll see if he hits for himself or there's a pinch hitter here in the 6th inning.
Nobody yet in the on deck circle as Alex Gonzalez gets set to lead things off. Alex has had a good night. He's walked, scored, he's doubled, and he's driven in a run. And Jack Wilson has grabbed a bat. 0-2 from Quo. And that ball in the dirt. Alex swings through it. And he'll be thrown out to start the 6th inning for Atlanta. And Jack Wilson will make his Braves debut tonight.
Just activated from the disabled list today. Had been battling an injured heel.
Those were his numbers with the Mariners, but he told the audience last night he was swinging a much hotter bat than that 249 average.
Yeah, he was hitting over 300 in the last month or so before he got hurt.
One ball, no strikes.
He's been in the American League for a couple of years, but a lot of these pitchers won't be total strangers to him. Good work in August before the DL stint.
Two.
Brave scout Dick Balderson watched him go through a game type workout a few days ago in Seattle when they were preparing to find out if he was ready to come off the disabled list. He got to see him do everything in game time and put the stamp of approval that he was physically ready to go.
It could be a very important acquisition. He can play second, he can play short, he can play third. A .452 lifetime pinch hitter.
This guy ain't all ready to start the 7th, it looks like.
And he's down on strikes. 2 up, 2 down in the Atlanta 6th. At the top of the order in Michael Bourne. Get your tickets now to see the rock legends Styx perform a free post-game concert. That's presented by Coca-Cola and Delta Airlines. And it's after the Braves and Mets game Saturday, September 17th. Get your tickets and VIP field passes today at Braves.com/Styx. Michael offered. And on the appeal, the third is down a strike.
Yeah, unfortunately, I thought he did too. That was a little late getting the bat back. I mean, this guy's tough. His 10 ERA, nowhere indicative of what kind of pitcher he is. Throws hard, has a good hard slider.
That ball boxed at second by Sellers. and give Bourne his second hit of the night.
If Sellers had been able to corral it right there on the first grab, he might have still had a play, but I doubt it. Not with Bourne running.
So big hole right side for Prado. Martin filled it in his last at bat. Poked a single to lead off the fourth inning. He has a 2-hit game. Good to see the top 3 hitters in the Braves lineup putting together multi-hit games. Talked about that last night. 1, 2, 3 batters for the Braves really had a rough time of it over the last 4 or 5 games.
5 hits between the 3 of them tonight.
And they've reached base 7 times. Five runs on 10 Braves hits.
Guy's command tonight a whole lot better than the rest of his season too. What was that? 18 walks in 18 innings. Got saved some embarrassment there by James Loney. Both times he's thrown over on a regular move, he has looked home and gone to first. If he looks to first, that might mean he's going home.
He did that time, and Barajas can't make a throw. Good catch, Joe.
Perfect read.
Second steal for Bourne.
Had it picked up. Michael did. He read it perfectly. 49th stolen base. Left-handers can be somewhat predictable. If they're looking at you, that probably means they're trying to freeze you so they can go home. If they look home, they're trying to deceive you into think that they're not coming to first, and then they do. Braves have come up with some big 2-out hits in the last few games during this homestand. And we get another one here.
Three of their 5 runs last night came with 2 outs. 3 RBI hits with 2 outs in tonight's game. Martin chased one at the collarbone and is struck out. Quo strikes out the side. Bourne has an infield hit and a steal, and that's it for Atlanta in the 6th.
against Mike Minor. And then Clayton Kershaw against Randall Delgado on Sunday. This guy vying for Cy Young Award honors. 17-5 on the year for a losing club. Great ERA. At or near the top of the league in innings pitched. He's a beauty if you've never seen him work.
Yeah, 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio's pretty effective.
Out of Dallas, Texas. Second in the league in ERA. Tied for first in wins. First in innings pitched. Second in shutouts. First in strikeouts.
And first out of the bullpen tonight for Atlanta is Arodys Vizcaino. He answers the AT&T call to the pen. Lower third for Los Angeles as Arodys tries to protect a 5-3 Atlanta lead.
His last outing, a good one against Washington 2 days ago, struck out the side.
Well, and strikeouts have been the way to get this trio for Los Angeles. Barajas, Sellers, and the pitcher have had 6 at-bats. Beachy struck him out 5 times. One's looking, one swinging for Barajas. Now an even count to him. 1 ball, 1 strike.
This guy's rapidly made his mark on this club in terms of being used in spots of responsibility, feeling more comfortable every time out. .96 on that pitch. He won't be 21 until November. And remember, he's the guy the Braves got in the deal from the Yankees that sent Javi Vasquez and Boone Logan to New York back in '09.
97 and right on by Barajas. 3 strikeouts for the Dodger catcher. Braves baseball on Peachtree TV and Fox Sports South is brought to you by Miller High Life. This summer, find out how giving back bottle caps could give returning vets a piece of the high life. Go to MillerHighLife.com for details. That last age stat you threw out is one that should have Braves fans all across the Southeast very, very excited about the present and future of this team. Just mentioned, Beachy's going to have a birthday tomorrow. He's still young. Freddie Freeman, Brian McCann, Jason Hayward, Martin Prado, Venters, Kimbrell, Hanson, Jurgens, O'Flaherty, and then the Big Four, as they were called, as the young pitching prospects the Braves had. This team's going to be very good, very young, and very inexpensive for years to come, and that's the best of all possible worlds, I would think. And a liner by Sellers into left brings the potential tying run to the plate for the Dodgers.
Sellers shows you a quick bat there on a pitch up and in. Again, for a slightly built guy, 14 homers in AAA this year. Pulled his hands in and got the barrel to that one.
So Tony Gwynn will bat. First year for Gwynn with the Dodgers. He's played with the Brewers, the Padres, and now Los Angeles. A .260 average this year.
He's played a lot. .121 games, 288 at bats.
Originally a second-round pick by Milwaukee back in 2003. Traded to San Diego in May of 2009. Dodgers signed him as a free agent before Christmas last year.
This guy, I know, having the plate bounce around on him a little bit out of the stretch. Got a guy coming off the plate, off the bench cold, and you're throwing 95, 96.
And Gwynn fights that off, dumps it into shallow right field, and 2 are on with 1 out.
And he did just what I suggested, which was to go right after him, and lo and behold, Tony Gwynn fights one off for a base hit anyway.
Something that's been said in baseball an awful lot over the last 20 years. Starting with his dad, Tony Gwynn Sr. So the tying runs aboard for Los Angeles. Here's Dee Gordon. 2 singles, 2 steals, 2 runs for the Los Angeles shortstop.
Mike McDougal, the guy next up, with an outstanding ERA, as you see. Former closer, but not with the Dodgers. Tough guy to double up here, but the Braves are hoping for a ground ball, figuring he'll just put the ball in play somewhere.
Couldn't get the bat out of the way. Strike 1. Another line drive, this one into right field. And the Dodgers have loaded the bases with 3 straight singles.
Dee Gordon wasn't up there just to slap one that time. He turned on a ball. Fastball, belt high. Quick swing. But they're playing it station to station, and 3 hits have only loaded them up. They haven't put a run across.
Now James Loney hits. Loney's 1 for 15 with the bases loaded this year. He's hit into 8 double plays. And he's 0 for 2 tonight. Fair down the right field line. At least 2 are going to score. Gordon around third gets the green light. He will score, and the Dodgers have taken the lead. Loney's 2nd hit of the year with the bases loaded clears them. And the Dodgers have scored 6 unanswered runs to take the lead.
They had Tony Gwynn and the Albuquerque Express on the bases. Sellers and Gordon. Fastball at the knees, down, and he just dropped the barrel of the bat on it and smoked it down the line. And from first base, Dee Gordon was off to the races. He was already around third base by the time Jason Hayward picked it up to throw it in.
Now Loney's going to try for third. The throw not in time. That'll be a wild pitch. And after an encouraging start for Vizcaino in the inning, 4 hits and now a wild pitch and 3 runs across.
And his roughest outing to date. Nice save by Chipper at third.
Atlanta will not pitch to Matt Kemp.
Well, there's that man Rivera again. Braves are hoping that he's a double play candidate.
So Kemp walks, first and third, one out.
Nobody up in the Atlanta pen.
And it's pick your poison for the Braves. You have Kemp or Rivera. All Rivera's done tonight is pick up 2 hits and 3 RBIs.
Got away with one there, like a hanging breaking ball. The inning started harmlessly enough. Struck out Barajas, looked sharp. Been rough since then. And this guy, as much damage as he's done against the Braves, he's also done some damage against other people. A .342 batting average with runners in scoring position since he joined LA.
Now the Braves pen starts to work.
Christian Martinez up again. Remember, no Venners tonight, and preferably no Kimbrel. That was from Freddie Gonzalez. And in an inning where you would normally see Eric O'Flaherty, he's been pushed to the closer's role tonight.
Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Braves scored 3 in the second, 2 in the third. Dodgers answered with 2 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, 3 so far here in the seventh. And they've taken their first lead tonight. Again, Los Angeles winners of 9 of their last 10 games, averaging a little over 6 runs a game. During that stretch, they have 6 and counting with 1 out here in the seventh.
That looked like a good pitch. He may not have swung, but it looked like a pretty good pitch.
Remember, that's the pitch Rivera argued about to lead off the second when he was struck out.
Broke off the plate, I guess, a little.
Let's see what Kemp does with a full count. He leads from first. He's going. The pitch is a ball. Bases loaded again for Los Angeles. Six straight reach against Arodys Vizcaíno. He goes a third of an inning. Gives up 4 hits, 2 walks, 1 intentional, and 1 strikeout. It'll be Christian Martinez with the Dodgers in front. Up on the Dodgers, but Los Angeles has scored the last 6 runs in this game. They have chased Arodys Vizcaíno here in the 7th. Kid has a very promising future, but had a rough night tonight. A third of an inning, 4 hits, 3 runs across, and he leaves with the bases loaded as Christian Martinez out to answer the AT&T call to the bullpen.
And he'd like to atone for his last outing against Washington 2 days ago, an inning, 3 hits and 3 runs allowed. But he also struck out the side that night despite the damage, and needs a double play ball here.
Ethier has stranded 4 runners tonight. He has 3 aboard with 1 out here in the 7th. A very long defensive inning.
Good idea on the first pitch. Change up. Hitter's anxious to do some damage and add to the lead. And a good location, too, down and away.
Line drive into center field. Loney scores. Kemp streaks around and scores. Rivera stops at second. Ethier now 58 RBIs.
That wasn't even a strike. They've gone to another change up there, and he just got the bat on it, hit it to a good spot. That's happened about 4 times this inning.
So 5 runs in the 7th for Los Angeles. They now lead 8-5.
Got to stop the bleeding. Still time in this ballgame for the Braves offense to get going again, but can't afford to give up any more.
A 20-minute inning still going on for the Dodgers. Miles, the 9th man to hit.
An out, and then 7 straight guys have reached.
Four hits, then 2 walks, then Ethier's single against Martinez. Good crowd tonight. 32,563. They were awfully noisy early. Foul again at first.
Need to get those boas waving here, trying to distract some of the Dodger hitters the way things are going this inning.
Another base runner. Third walk of the inning by the Braves staff. And here's Barajas, who struck out to start this 7th inning.
And all the runs so far charged to Vizcaino, and he has one more at third that belongs to him.
Billingsley off the hook for Los Angeles as Barajas bounces to short. Ugla hangs in, turns the double play, and that mercifully stops the bleeding.
Glad Rod Barajas was up in the inning.
Yes. He accounted for all 3 outs. He only needed 2 at-bats to do that. The Dodgers score 5 runs, take a lead as we head to the 7th inning stretch. Well, partner, this game started in great shape for the Braves, leading 5-0. But give the Dodgers credit, they've scored the last 8 runs of this game and now lead by 3.
3 RBIs for Loney, 3 RBIs for Rivera, and 2 for Ethier. What a comeback so far for LA. And 3 runs to work with against the middle of the Braves lineup, and the last of the Dodgers lefties on to pitch as Tony Gwynn stays in the game to play left.
25-year-old Scott Elbert, a first-round Dodger pick back in 2004.
Real good numbers, not many walks.
Braves managed 1 hit against left-hander Quo. Now another lefty out of the Dodger pen. And Brian McCann skies one to left. Tony Gwynn will be tested. And he's up to the challenge. 1 out. Back to the AT&T Uverse TV trivia question tonight. Matt Kemp's third in the National League with 102 RBIs. Named the last Dodger to lead the league in runs batted in.
I'm going to go Sheffield.
Sheffield? I'll go Eric Karros.
It's a good one. Wow, way back in '62 again. Tommy Davis. What a big year. He was a batting champion too.
.153 RBIs. Almost won a game. A strike to Ugla, 0-2. Albert, 6'1", 210, born in Joplin, Missouri. And a line drive by Ugla. Dan's first base hit of this series. And he has a 6-game hitting streak now.
He's all over that pitch. Breaking ball that kind of looped out of the top of the hand of Elbert. Dan had a good look at that after it just kind of stayed up.
Chipper's reached twice tonight. He's walked, scored, and he's singled.
Braves have at least 1 hit in every inning, but haven't scored since the 3rd. Double plays, shortened efforts in the 4th and 5th. Freddie Gonzalez got the crooked number he wanted tonight, but so far it hadn't been enough.
Nowhere near. Braves will take a walk. That would bring the potential tying run to the plate.
Shrink your zone. Make sure you get a good pitch to hit here.
A single and a walk with one out brings up Freddie Freeman, who's already 2 for 3 tonight. And now Don Mattingly talking things over with Rick Honeycutt.
And Honeycutt on his way to the mound. Dodgers have McDougal loosening up again, but 2 lefties due up next against Elbert.
We've talked all year about the Braves' offensive struggles against left-handed pitching. We've seen evidence of that again tonight, all with 2 scoreless innings. Atlanta came in hitting .226 overall against lefties. That's not the case with Freddie Freeman. Braves rookie first baseman's hit them at a .263 clip with 6 home runs. And he's the man in the batter's box with 2 on and 1 out.
Chased a bad ball there, but his approach is a good one, and it's been a good one all night. It was a good one in batting practice. Thinking about left center field. Was not trying to go out and get that pitch and pull it.
Line drive, caught at second, shovel to second, and a double play. Dan Uggla doubled up. Freddie Gonzalez out to argue. Tony Randazzo rings up Uggla and ends the Atlanta 7th.
Well, that wasn't even close. Randazzo missed a call at second base on a stolen base by D. Gordon in the 6th inning. That cost the Braves a run, and he just cost a double play there. That Dan Uggla got back safely.
Justin Sellers drives one deep left center field. Bourne going back and a step shy of the wall. Makes the catch for out number 1.
Nice play by Michael there. The ball just stayed in the park, but watch Dan's hand on the bag. The ball had not even gotten to D. Gordon's glove. I mean, Uggla's coming up. The call on D. Gordon stealing earlier tonight was a tough call. I mean, that was really bang bang. And understandable how that could be missed. I don't know how that one was missed.
At the very least, you would have had 2 on, 2 out for Hayward. But Tony Randazzo, as we saw in the replays, 0 for 2 tonight on close calls at second. Braves down 8-5, have 6 outs left. Win a slow roller. Nice play. Christian handles it himself. Base is clear and 2 outs. This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of Atlanta National League Baseball Club Incorporated and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of our game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Braves. D. Gordon's had himself a terrific night. 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 stolen bases. The only blemish, a second inning error that led to a Braves run.
Last time the Braves lost a home game after a 5-run lead was September of '06 against the Phillies. Braves led 5-0 in that game. And if you want some coincidence, Phillies won that game. The guy who got the save was Tom Gordon, D. Gordon's dad. But the Braves still have 6 more outs.
Gordon down swinging. Martinez a 1-2-3 Dodger 8th. Bottom half of the inning. Jason Hayward, Alex Gonzalez, the pitcher's spot. Braves need a rally. 8-5 your score. 32,000 Braves fans hoping for a comeback tonight. Atlanta led 5-0 after 3. The Dodgers have come storming back. Told you last night, mentioned it at the start of the broadcast tonight. Los Angeles might be playing its best baseball of the year right now.
I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Winners of 9 of 10. Start play tonight does Los Angeles, 4 games under 500.
But if the Diamondbacks hadn't put together this 9-game winning streak they're on, they might be hearing some footsteps. Braves need to get a couple of guys on again. Even though they haven't scored since the 3rd inning, they've had a hit in every inning since. It's not like they haven't threatened. But in the 4 innings since then, they've hit into 3 double plays.
Three and one. High fly to right center, but Ethier makes the play. Jason stung that ball, but Andre tracked it down for the first out.
I know it was an out, but it was a hard hit out. Another good sign from Hayward.
So that'll do it for Albert. He works an inning and a third. And Alex Gonzalez, the next batter. Looks like Mike McDougall is going to stride in to protect an 8-5 Dodger lead in the 8th inning. And veteran right-hander Mike McDougall, who becomes the 4th Dodger pitcher of the night.
Guy used to be a closer for Kansas City. We talked about his ERA earlier at 1.99 when he was warming up. This is his 61st game. 258 average against him. Always had a pretty good fastball with some sinking action on it. Slider. Albert was their last lefty. At least that's on their roster that I have. Quo already and Elbert, so nothing but right-handers now.
Alex with an RBI double tonight. Looks high, ball one. Phillies already in the win column tonight. They came from behind to beat the Marlins tonight. That's a 5-3 final. Roy Oswalt started that game for the Phillies.
Alex almost leaned into this one, but his limber back came in handy.
And Alex up the middle answers that brushback pitch. He has a 2-hit night.
A 2-hit night on the heels of a solid game last night against Washington with a base hit and a sacrifice fly. Kinski 7 for 40 as a pinch hitter with 2 pinch hit homers. Braves have 8 pinch hit homers this year. That's the most in the National League. That last pitch from McDougal, a perfect one on the corner, good sinker away from him.
That one's up the middle. And the Braves will bring the tying run to the plate.
That was a slider, but it stayed up. It was supposed to be a backdoor slider, but it got too much of the plate, and McDougal kind of fanned on the attempt to try to get leather on it. Braves in position again to try to cut into that lead.
Michael Bourne, the batter, he has 2 hits. Braves have 13 hits in total tonight. Double play ball. They better hurry. And that stumble at second costs them. Sellers had his feet get tangled up, and that keeps the inning alive.
It would have been the 4th double play out of the last 5 innings, even with Michael Bourne running. I don't know if Sellers' spikes slid off the top of the bag or what caused this. Yeah, his foot slipped. His left foot slipped off the bag, and that threw his balance off big time. Instead of hitting the side of the bag, he hit the top. A break for Atlanta there.
I'd love to see McDougal try to get Prado with one of those middle-in fastballs. Martin can turn on that pitch. It could tie the game. At the very least, he'll try to keep it alive for McCann. Bryan's on deck. A 98-mile-an-hour fastball for strike one. Good stop.
Nice stop by Barajas. You could see when he was giving those signs, he does a real good job of trying to conceal the signs so the coaches can't steal them from first or third. But it looks like he's painted not just his fingernail, but his whole finger with some white out. Yeah.
Runner at first goes. The pitch fouled away at the plate. Michael had a great jump.
When you're representing the tying run at the plate late in the ball game, all bets are off in terms of allowing somebody to steal. You're hacking away. They're going to challenge him again, Chip.
This ball in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it's chopped toward third. Miles charges, unloads in a hurry, and that retires the side. To the 9th we go. Los Angeles 8, Atlanta 5.
(13-9), but they trail by 3 in the all-important run column. Braves got on the board first, second inning. Brian McCann dumped one out into shallow center field to plate a run to put the Braves on top first. They got 3 in the second inning, got 2 more in the third as Alex Gonzalez doubled into the corner. But then in the fourth, the Dodgers mounted their comeback. 2-run single there by Juan Rivera, and then the big blow of the game, a bases clearing double by James Loney. He's driven in 3. Rivera's driven in 3. And Ethier capped it off with this 2-run single up the middle with the bases loaded in a 5-run 7th inning. And that's how we got to 8-5 going to the 9th.
And another AT&T call to the bullpen. This one answered by veteran right-hander Scott Linebrink. Scott will face the 2-3-4 hitters for Los Angeles. Loney's had a good night. A bases clearing double in the 7th. He's hit in 11 of the last 12 Dodger games.
Scott's last 3 outings, there have been base runners, but no runs charged to him. He's given up a hit or a walk or both in each of his last 3 outings, but no runs. This guy came into the league. He was kind of anointed the next Mark Grace, a guy who was a line drive hitter, occasional power, guy who hit 10 to 15 home runs, drive in runs, and play a real good first base. And that report was right.
Nice play at second by Ugla. Loney swinging 3-0 is the first out.
Almost came out of his glove. It was hit so hard. Squirted right up into the web of his glove. Dan's made a couple of nice plays tonight, including the first out of the ball game, going to his left on a ground ball by Gordon.
Matt Kemp, the batter. Matt has walked twice. He's been hit by a pitch. He's scored a run, and he's stolen a base. He's from Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken.
Oklahoma City, actually Midwest City, which is a suburb, and was a real good basketball player. Recruited to play basketball in college.
One ball, 2 strikes. No hits tonight for Kemp. He did cut down a run at the plate. Remember that throw that got Alex Gonzalez? Would have been a 6th Atlanta run. There is a base hit with 1 out. Kemp reached around and hooked a 1-2 pitch into left field. And he continues to add to his MVP candidacy. We were talking about it before the game. Here are some of the other names that might be at the top of those MVP lists. A couple of them playing in Milwaukee.
And another guy who's sort of entered into that race lately, and that's Albert Pujols, who had a couple of homers a couple of days ago for the Cardinals, maybe yesterday, to complete their sweep of Milwaukee in Milwaukee, but up to 34 homers. But all around great numbers for Kemp, Braun, and Fielder.
Yeah, that'll be a great race. As Trent Olchin, native of Australia, that's in the pitcher's spot for Los Angeles.
From Sydney, Australia.
Strike 1. Mentioned Albert Pujols and the Cardinals. They're the club that's closest to the Braves in the wild card chase. And St. Louis is losing tonight, so that's good news. Reds are beating them 8-6 in the 8th.
Got him leaning, almost picked him. Got to His 37th stolen base at third tonight. He's been caught 7 times.
He's going. The pitch a strike. The throw to second. A strike. And now it's the Dodgers' turn to complain about a call at second. Kemp out on a 2-6 throw from McCann to Gonzalez.
Braves will take it.
Kemp called out. Now 1-2 count to Olchin.
Tony Randazzo's had a tough night out at second base. Braves still get one more coming their way.
Slow roller to first. And that will retire the side. The 3-4-5 hitters coming up for Atlanta. Their last turn in regulation. 8-5 Los Angeles. The 25-year-old Dodger right-hander.
Out of Denton, Texas. Has never pitched above Double-A until he got called up to the big leagues in May. He's 25 years old, and in his 34 innings that you see there, has not allowed a home run in the big leagues. And overall, at .233 average, lefties only hitting .182 against him. And 13 for 14 in save opportunities.
Got a nice job filling in for Jonathan Broxton. But he's got a tough inning ahead of him. McCann, Ugla, and Chipper.
A lot of Texans on this Dodger team, including the guy who will pitch tomorrow, Nathan Eovaldi, who's from Alvin, Texas, that also produced a pretty good pitcher a long time ago. The owner of the Rangers.
Ryan McCann starts things off. Sunday starter for LA, also from Texas, Clayton Kershaw. cut. But 0-2.
A couple of 95-mile-an-hour fastballs to start Brian. Rare that teams will stay with a fastball on Brian McCann, but Barajas just keeps putting down that one finger.
Brian fights it off.
Guerra's ERA in his save opportunities is 2.08 overall, but in his save opportunities 1.35. And Brian's pulling the ball off of him, and he's going to hit one down the line past James Loney. It's going to be a scorcher because James is all but standing on the line.
Again, the shift is on. And another 1-2 pitch. And Guerra wins the battle. One away in the ninth.
.96 on that fastball, and at first I thought the way Brian went after it, like it might have been a split finger pitch, but not so. Maybe a cutter.
Dan Uggla has a seventh inning single tonight. Strike one. Mentioned earlier that list of young Dodgers drafted in the early 2000s. Add Guerra to that list. He was a 2004 draft pick by Los Angeles. They took him in the 4th round. I mean, did some very good drafting and developing for that 3-4 year period. Really the core of this Los Angeles team. The upper deck, straight behind home plate. Now 1-2.
Well, staying mostly with the hard stuff, and again, when you haven't pitched above Double-A in your career and you're 25 years old, and he's in Double-A the last, at least parts of the last 3 seasons, you trust your hard stuff, and at least his catcher does. Let's take another look at his breaking ball. Might be a changeup here. Breaking ball, and you can understand perhaps a little bit of why they throwing a lot of fastballs. But he didn't blow a save until just a few days ago against Colorado, August 20th.
High fly. That's belted deep left. And long gone.
As Bobby Cox likes to say, major league hitters can time a jet if you give them enough looks at it. And boy, oh boy, did Dan square that one up. High fastball, let her high. We've seen some long home runs hit in this homestand, and Dan joins Mike Morse and Jason Worth with some balls that landed up there in the walkway or beyond.
Braves still very much alive. Look at the distance on this ugly shot. Now Guerra rattled just a bit.
Yeah.
Barajas out to talk it over. 2 balls, no strikes.
First home run he's allowed. See how Chipper plays this here with a hitter's count, knowing you need a base runner to bring the tying run to the plate. It's taken all the way.
A tying run will be in the batter's box.
This kid may be shaking a little bit from the home run, especially the way it was hit, jumping on his best Sunday fastball.
Rally caps in abundance at the ballpark. And another visit from Rick Honeycutt as Freddie Freeman, the batter. Freddie with 2 hits and 2 runs tonight. Braves have some 9th inning action, down 8-6.
If you missed it earlier tonight, we showed Freddie's numbers against the West and against the rest of baseball. This is coming into action tonight, and as Chip just said, he's got 2 hits tonight, 2 for 4, but .346 with 10 of his 18 homers against the National League West. Be nice to see some more damage right here. As I recall, he did some damage against the American League West too in Anaheim.
Freddie not too sure about that call. Strike 1.
Like a cutter more than a slider. Now he's got a fight on his hands, and he's done a good job of working inside out. The trouble is when a guy's throwing this hard, or any hard thrower, and you're trying to guard the plate and think about working from the inside out, it's hard to at times catch up to that pitch away. If you get one in, you can fight it off. You might even dump it into left field as a left-handed batter.
Freeman down swinging. And the Braves are down to their last out. Jason Hayward steps in.
Pitch was supposed to be away, but he got away with it in. And because Freddie was thinking about, guarding the plate, kind of tied him up.
Jason's hit the ball hard a couple of times tonight. Chipper's running. Dodgers will let him coast into second. That takes away a force play. No steal. Defensive indifference on that play.
Kind of appears that you're going to get maybe one of those sliders. He's not throwing his breaking ball for a strike, that cutter, but everything else is going to be fastball. You just got to be geared for that, especially until you get 2 strikes.
Ground ball to second. And that's going to end this ball game. The Dodgers erase a 5-run deficit and win game 1 by an 8-6 final score.